In 2021, Austin Reaves went completely undrafted before signing with the Lakers. He wasn't a well-known prospect, and even during his rookie season, he only averaged 7 points. But fast forward just a few years, and he's now averaging almost 20 points a game while playing alongside stars like LeBron, Anthony Davis, and now Luka Doncic. The fact that he's gone from a hustle guy to a borderline all-star caliber player, all while being the third option, is kinda wild. And if you don't really watch the Lakers, then you probably don't know how good he's actually been. We literally just saw him put up a career-high 45 points against the Pacers, who are one of the top seeds in the East. Not only that, but he was able to lead them to a win without LeBron or Luka. I don't mean to take a shot at the Heat, but that's more points than any Heat player has had in the regular season in the last 11 years. It was easily one of the best performances he's ever had. He also finished that game with 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals. Nobody on the Pacers were able to slow him down, and he's even able to elevate the players around him. However, this isn't something new to him. This is the same dude that went to Boston last year with no LeBron or AD and left with 32 points in a win. He scored more points in that game than Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown combined. Remember, this is an undrafted player that we're talking about. He can dominate when he's the main option, which is crazy, but his ability to still dominate in games where he's the third option might be even more impressive. It doesn't matter who's on the team or who's on the court, he's always able to find a role and play it extremely well. Whether that's being an off-the-ball scorer, the main ball handler and distributor, or even a hustler on defense. Austin is by no means an excellent defender, but he's still able to make plays and lock in when he needs to. He's 6th in the league right now in charges drawn. Doing stuff like that is originally what got him minutes in the first place. He's gotten a lot better every year, and it seems like the more accessories he wears, the better he plays. Soon enough, he's gonna start looking like Chris Anderson. But it really wasn't until D'Angelo Russell was traded to the Nets that we finally got to see him truly take that next step. Not to mention getting Dorian Finney-Smith out of that trade, combined with Jared Vanderbilt coming back, has completely changed the team for the better. Lots of people thought Austin would cap out around the 15-4-4 stat line, but once the D'Lo possessions started going to him, he's been able to take his game to another level. Since that trade, he's been averaging almost 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 7.5 assists a game. Those are great numbers, especially for a team's third option. He even had 4 games in a row with 10 or more assists once he started to become the Lakers' main playmaker. And since JJ Redick has taken over a head coach, he's been getting used a whole lot more effectively. On offense, there's not a whole lot that he can't do. He's mostly known as a shooter when it comes to scoring, but he can make things happen in the paint as well. Austin's a 37% three-point shooter while taking 7 of them a game. That's on good volume too. He's shooting as many threes as Kyrie Irving, Buddy Hield, and Darius Garland. Obviously, he has his off nights shooting the ball like everyone does, but it's not often you see him struggling multiple games in a row. And like I said, he can still score in the paint. He's able to get his shots off in the mid-range, and he also has a nice floater. And don't even get me started on his ability to draw fouls. I'm not even kidding when I say this, he has a better whistle than LeBron. He makes guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander jealous the way he's able to draw fouls. I know defenders hate guarding him because you can play perfect defense on him, yet he will still somehow find a way to draw a foul and get to the line. Plus, he's an 86% free throw shooter for his career, and he's always the one that ends up shooting the game-sealing free throws at the end. But even if you're able to stop him and somehow avoid fouling him, Austin is still very good at finding his open teammates. Averaging 6 assists a game as the secondary ball handler for most of the season is super impressive when you consider how many points he's scoring as well. He's got solid court vision and is able to read defenses at a surprisingly high level. So even if Luka or LeBron don't have the ball, teams have to take Austin as a threat because he can get other players involved pretty easily. Then more importantly than just finding the open teammate, he's able to handle on-ball pressure and rarely turns the ball over when he's attacked by 2 defenders. For someone that's not an elite ball handler, he's able to avoid pressure pretty well. For some reason, that always sticks out to me when I watch him play. He's honestly just a smart player in general, and it's all made so much better once you factor in the contract that he's on. I'm not going to definitively say it's the best contract in the NBA, but it's easily up there, not including guys on their rookie contracts because, obviously. He's only on the 2nd season of his 4-year, $54 million deal, although he does have a player option in his final season. Right now, the Lakers are paying $13 million for one of the best scoring and playmaking role players you could ask for. He's outperforming guys that are making more than double that. I'm talking about you, Paul George. It seems like the Lakers have been pretty solid at scouting these second round to undrafted prospects. Austin Reaves and then Max Christie, who was just traded to the Mavericks, are both steals at this point. Plus, they also drafted Zubac in the second round back in 2016, who they could definitely use right now. At least they got a lot for him when they traded him though, right? Right? I mean, it's still crazy to me that so many Lakers fans have wanted to trade Austin for years. One bad shooting night and he needs traded as soon as possible, and then the very next game he drops 25 and 5 and everyone will say he's a steal. The dude always shows up in some of the biggest moments of the game, too. You also can't forget that he basically never misses a game either unless he's truly hurt. He literally played all 82 games last season and has played all but 5 this year, and those were all in a row. You're not only getting a player that can put up great numbers regardless of the situation, but also someone that's always healthy. I am curious to see what this new Lakers team looks like at full strength though. They've played twice now, but Luka still hasn't been 100%, and they were missing a couple key players in their second game against the Jazz. I wonder if they'll eventually try to bring him off the bench to add a bit more defense to the starting lineup, but he definitely deserves to be a starter in this league. However, running the bench unit is something that he's done before, and he can still play a good amount of minutes even though he's not starting. We'll just have to see what they look like post All-Star break once they actually have some more chemistry together, because they're basically a brand new team. It's going to be hard for opposing teams to consistently stop LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reaves come playoff time. Defense is another story, but that's why they have guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt, and Gabe Vincent. Then now that the Mark Williams trade is off the table, everyone's going to have to step up on both sides of the floor. They've been pretty solid at running their small ball lineups, but I will be interested to see how that works once they face some more elite bigs as the season goes on. But we've seen Austin Reaves step up before, so I have no reason to doubt that he won't do it again. In the 21 playoff games that he's played in so far, he's averaging 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, all while shooting 47% from the field and over 40% from 3. I also still remember all the people saying that Austin shouldn't have been a part of that 2023 FIBA World Cup team, and he ended up being one of the best players on the roster. He was only the 3rd undrafted player to ever suit up for a USA national team and was the 2nd leading scorer only behind Anthony Edwards, and he was able to do that all while coming off the bench. He's been proving people wrong for a long time now, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Playing alongside what could possibly be one of the best offensive duos in NBA history is only going to open things up for him even more. Not to mention, he's going to be getting guarded by the other team's like 3rd best perimeter defender on a nightly basis. Austin's become one of the best undrafted players we've seen in a while, although he technically could have been drafted. He had a chance at getting picked up by the Pistons with the 42nd pick, but decided to turn it down and sign a 2-way deal with the Lakers. Imagine turning down a guaranteed contract in the NBA to pursue a better opportunity with the Lakers. That's the definition of betting on yourself, and that's why we see him play with so much confidence. When you put in the work, the results will speak for themselves. But let me know in the comments what you think about Austin Reaves, and please leave a like on the video to support the channel. Also subscribe if you're new for more basketball videos just like this one.